What up, though, YouTube? It's John, and welcome back to the Mr. Lot YouTube channel. Today is an absolutely special day. At the time of this video being released, it is my 32nd birthday. So, happy birthday to me. It's my 32nd, the beginning of my 32nd year around the sun, and I am I'm happy. I'm happy because I I celebrate my birthdays a little differently. I treat my birthday, December 19th, like the new year because it's my new year. And I think that we all have on our birthdays an opportunity to carry out resolutions, change habits, build new habits, learn new things, strive for everything we want to accomplish in that new year. So, I just kind of wanted to come and share some of the things that I've learned in this last year, this previous year, that I'm carrying over into my the next chapter of my life. So, the first thing I learned was that goals that I often compare to ghosts are also like another G word, groceries. My goals are like my groceries. And what I mean by that is I receive them. Most of the time, I receive them up here during self care or some kind of random thing that I might be doing. And they get stored in my mind, kind of like a refrigerator. So they sit there and they have an expiration date. Just like the groceries that we buy to put in the fridge, your goals have an expiration date. And I've learned that my goals have an expiration date. I've thrown away so many ideas, so many concepts over this last year that I should have taken and I should have worked on and I should have at least tried. Now, the cool thing about groceries is that you can replace them. You can try again. We sometimes have groceries that we'll buy and we'll bring home, and then we might put them in the crisper drawer, or they might go in the back of the fridge, and then we'll look back maybe a few days later, a week later, and say, damn, I forgot I bought this and I was going to cook this up. And then what we end up doing is throwing it away, right? We get rid of it. But most of the time, you have an opportunity down the line to buy it again and try it again. So I've learned that my goals are oftentimes like groceries in that they expire and you get to try them again. As long as you live, as long as you make it to the next day, you get to try it again. That's one of the things I learned. Another thing that I learned is that I am a highly competitive person, but sometimes I'm competitive to a fault. And that has come out a lot of times at work. Um, I'll get a project and I'll give myself a goal of getting it done, and I'll obsess over that goal to get it done. But let's say I miss it. And let's say that someone was expecting me to deliver it at the time of the date of the due date, and I don't have it all together. I take that personally. And I beat up on myself and I wail on myself because I didn't get something done. And in this new year of my life, my goal is to kind of taper that a little bit and to give myself more gratitude, more grace, more patience when it comes to the things that I want to do, because the list is never ending. There are so many things that I want to accomplish in this world. And when I don't get to accomplish certain things, I have to learn to let it go, let the failure go, and to move on into the next step. Whether I want to try it again or whether I want to let it go and deem it not for me. Um, this also comes up in my relationships. If I have a friend or if I have a falling out with my girlfriend and I am at fault for something, I beat myself up about it. And this past year, I have beat myself to a pulp over things that I've done. Nothing crazy, but maybe it was an argument or a disagreement, and maybe I said something that I didn't mean, or maybe I said something I shouldn't have, or maybe I a friend called me and I didn't get back in touch with them in a timely manner. I beat myself up over those things because I try my best to do everything. You know, I try my best to step through everything and really try to just check all the boxes by the end of the day. And as I get older, I realize that compartmentalization is key and that I can't check all the boxes all the time. But like I said, it's that competitiveness in me, that that thought of trying to get everything done that I have to learn to tame a bit in this new year. I have to learn to get a nice containment on it. And the third thing that I learned is something that my mentor told me. He told me on a coaching call once that you can't make certain moves based off of who you are. You have to make those moves based off of who you want to be in the future. And he always breaks it down to relationship, job, a business, hobbies, fitness, everything that you do, you have to do it for that person that's going to be you a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and so on and so forth. I have lived a lot of my life, albeit successfully, as someone who's lived year to year. And I always ask myself, where does John want to be a year from now? But me thinking that that's a really futuristic way of thinking, I actually learned that that's really short sighted. That I need to think about who I want to be at the most a decade, at the least a decade down the line, and all in between. I have to really ask myself, who do you want to be at this stage, at this stage, at this stage, and at this stage? And then break your goals out based off of that. So I've learned about myself that I have to compartmentalize my goals, as I mentioned in my last point, but also I have to have that that visionary about myself of where I'd like to be. And not just think about who I want to be next year, this time next year, but who I want to be 5 years from now to the day, 10 years from now to the day. Because that person, that person that's way down the line, is gonna start being built today. Really, I've been building him for years up today, but it's about that future sight of who you want to be in the future and where you where you want to go. What things do you want to have? So I've been asking myself those questions and really taking the time to reflect on that. So it's my birthday. Um, at the time of this recording, I am on vacation. I'm with my girl. I am enjoying myself. I'm on a cruise, just living it up, just having a ball. But before then, and then again once I get back, I'm having time to really reflect on this past year of my life and look forward and upward towards those next levels that I want to reach because I'm not satisfied where I'm at. I'm happy. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy. I'm blessed to be where I'm at, but I'm not satisfied. And the visions that I have, the things that I want to accomplish go way beyond just this time next year. So that's the video for today, or for tonight rather, because I'm getting ready to go to bed and prepare for my flight in the morning. I just want to say, the next time your birthday comes around and you're celebrating, think about what you've accomplished. Think about the things that you've learned. Think about the things that you want to do in your next year. And then, as my mentor has told me, multiply that timeline out. Think about what you want to do in the next 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years, and so on and so forth. And as we do that, I believe that's how we start creating the growth, and that's how we start to really get to where we want to go. So that's the video for today, guys. Happy birthday to me. Thank you, God, for another year on earth. And I'll catch you on the next one.